A very important announcement for everybody out there. We are expanding our critically acclaimed transfer slot, Deal or No Deal. It's now coming to you 5 days a week. There must be nothing else happening in summertime. We're going to start with Monday's Transfer Radar. We're bringing you up to speed on the current state of the summer's biggest transfer stories and insider takes on the deals that matter. So we're going to talk Ligt, Mbappe, Pogba, Griezmann, Salah. All the Liverpool here suddenly prick up. What are you talking about? And we're going to start with Neymar. So, Ligt report that PSG are ready to sell. Apparently, the president has spoken to the media and he said something like, players will have to be more responsible than before. It must be completely different. They will have to do more and work harder. Who could he possibly be talking about? Notorious party boy Neymar, who was a notorious party boy when they signed him. What the hell did they think they were getting? They're not here for their own amusement. If they do not agree, the doors are open. Ciao, he said. Which is odd, given that ciao is an Italian word. But anyway, I don't want star behaviour anymore. So, is it goodbye Neymar? And who the hell is going to be stupid enough to buy him?
That's it. Who would buy him? Like, he is just...
Real Madrid?
It's too late in the summer now for that. Even though it's really early in the summer. But there's no way there's no way after the body of work that Real Madrid have put down this year they're going to sign Neymar. Like, this might have made some sort of sense from a business standpoint a while back. Not anymore, because it just doesn't make sense in a football standpoint.
Is he so far gone that he's no good anymore, like, over the course of a season? Or for Real Madrid, is it possible that Neymar knuckles down and says, okay, I have to actually I want to win the Ballon d'Or. I'm not going to do that if I continue to just be a party boy. And I'm going to have my entire life to party. I'm so rich. He has wealth that you can't really get rid of.
That would suggest that Neymar would be taking some of the blame upon himself. Neymar here probably feels he's the victim of a grand conspiracy against Neymar. Referees have screwed him over, tough tacklers have screwed him over, Paris Saint-Germain have screwed him over by giving him terrible teammates, and Barcelona screwed him over by getting rid of him in the first place. So he is the victim in all of this. He's not somebody who's going to stand up and look in the mirror and say to himself, I need to improve.
Where's he going?
I don't think he's going anywhere.
PSG next season?
I think PSG next season, and I think the fact that he's injured doesn't help him, because he can't put himself in the shop window at the Copa America. And Brazil, by the way, got on fine without him the other night.
Yeah, I mean, that's always going to happen. Okay, so Matthijs de Ligt. The Telegraph in the Netherlands report that Liverpool have effectively ruled themselves out of the race to sign the Dutch dynamo as the potential prices skyrocketed. At this point, PSG are reported to have the most money in the table. Mino Raiola is his agent, and apparently told the Paris sporting director, has told Paris that that's likely where he's going to end up. He's going to earn 210 sterling, 236 euros as it stands a week. So $250,000 a week for 19-year-old Matthijs de Ligt. What could go wrong?
Well, that was the problem. Like, Liverpool, there was a lot of talk that he would go to Liverpool and, you know, he'd be able to slot in beside Virgil van Dijk, his compatriot. But Raiola was basically saying, yeah, you got to make him your top paid player. A 19-year-old going into the European champions, getting the most money, that is just recipe for disaster. And he's good, but Van Dijk is a hell of a lot better than him. And at this stage, is he that much better than the likes of Joe Gomez?
No, not yet.
He looks a little bit slow on the turn.
So Liverpool step away with Man United, on the other hand. He's the perfect Man United signing at 210 grand a week, right?
May as well go to Paris Saint-Germain instead of Manchester United. What is the point on electing to not play in the Champions League? I know if you're looking at it sensibly, a 19-year-old playing week in, week out in the Premier League will get a hell of a lot better than playing week in, week out in the League On. But his agent, let's remind, I know we've said it multiple times already, is Mino Raiola. That is the single most important thing here, not what Matthijs de Ligt wants. Mino Raiola will get a pretty penny for this, and de Ligt will benefit as well financially.
Barcelona still interested? Is that also a right thing to do? I mean, it might be.
I think Barcelona 100% is
the best deal for him, the player himself. But like Owen said, that doesn't always happen when Mino Raiola is in charge.
I think Paris Saint-Germain are front runners. I think the gossip here is actually the reality of the race we're in.
Apparently, he's obviously on holidays at the moment. He's going to tell everybody when he gets back from holidays what he's going to do. It could be basically sing a Dutch LeBron-style unveiling show, an announcement.
Well, I hope so. I hope Mino Raiola is like the star character in all this, and he's like Ari Gold in Entourage, and everything's focused around him.
If he does that, I'm not interested. I'm like, okay, thanks very much, off you go. I'm just like, that's what your future holds. Off you go.
We haven't had enough of it in football. I think we need more of it.
Well,
a good Dutch-style one, and that name, whatever that gobbledygook you said there, sounds brilliant. That's the catchy name we all need for our first multi-part series and a move.
Paul Pogba ready to go on strike to force a move through to Real Madrid. This is according to ABC in Spain. For me, I have been for 3 years in Manchester and have been doing great. Some good moments, some bad moments, like everybody, like everywhere else. After this season, and everything that happened this season, with my season being my best season as well, I think for me, it could be a good time to have a new challenge somewhere else. Living your best life, Paul Pogba, that's exactly what you need to do. So, I'm thinking of this to have a new challenge somewhere else. Phil, metaphorical gun against your head, will Man United sell Paul Pogba this summer? They say no, they won't.
They have to. I think they will. And he's actually not lying. It was his best season, but that doesn't say much. He had a few moments where he put in some great performances against Huddersfield and Bournemouth, and he played that ball to Rashford against Spurs at Wembley. But just moments, and that's what he does. He comes up with a few moments, but he just disappears in games. And I just think if United are trying to rebuild, and they've obviously changed their approach, the way they've brought in Daniel James, and they might want to recruit younger players, Pogba needs to go, because he's got too much power in the dressing room, where if he's not happy, he can then just create a bad atmosphere in the dressing room, and the rest of them. So I'd get rid of him.
What is that bad atmosphere? Like, how does he go about creating that? Like, do they just respect him because of his football prowess, and they're like, oh, this guy's obviously a senior figure? Because
he's a World Cup winner, so he does have, like...
Is there not like a sense that like everybody on the outside is looking in and saying this is kind of ridiculous that he might wield that amount of power? Are his teammates not thinking the exact same thing about Paul Pogba? I just find it baffling that he can actually have that much say in the dressing room.
Okay, one word answer is, where is he playing next season?
Juventus.
All right. I think it's going to be Madrid. But anyway, Griezmann. Apparently Manchester United have made an offer but are going to miss out on Antoine Griezmann. Barcelona are going to offer 150 million for him. But, and this is the key point here, even after all the nonsense from last year, it turns out he's willing to accept less money to play with Barcelona because he wants to play with Leo Messi in his career. This is, I respect, a power move on his part.
What about the fact that he made a movie last year? Does that not kill your respect for him?
I've got over it. I just said it. He's winning me back. If you're willing to accept less money to play the best player in the world, that's what football's about. Go on.
The pauper Antoine Griezmann, my heart goes out to him when he's playing alongside Lionel Messi on chips next year.
Yeah, also as well, like it's funny how you can just throw any United into any transfer story now.
Yeah.
And it suits United, where some United fans think, oh, we were in for Griezmann.
Yeah.
I mean, the club are really trying to go a certain way, but he's never going to United.
Well, it would make sense for Man United to be in for Griezmann. Like, sell Lukaku, sell Pogba, and then you get a Griezmann, you get all the younger players, and he becomes your superstar. But
why haven't Manchester City gone in on this?
I don't know.
On the Griezmann action.
Wage structure.
Is it?
Yeah, well, they have a certain wage structure. For all the money they have, like we saw with the Alexis Sanchez move to Manchester United, City were like, there's no way we're...
Unless they were just trolling Man United, going, this guy's past it, let's whack up the price.
Well, they did it with Fred, so they're. I'm wondering what they could do this summer.
Mohamed Salah has rejected a £150 million move away from offers both Real Madrid and Juve, but he does say he will reassess the situation next summer. Oh, look at that. You've got a tiny little window here of happiness and joy, and it's just been closed.
I don't think Liverpool fans are too worried, because this is the first time in a long time where players don't want to leave. Why would you want to leave Liverpool?
Money.
Well, I'm sure Mo Salah's getting a nice pay packet every week. He's playing in the Champions League.
They could match it. Whatever the money is, they can match it. The weather in Liverpool is crap, let's face it.
Philippe Coutinho is a magnificent case study for Liverpool right now.
Yeah, I would definitely be putting his poster up in the dressing room going, don't be this guy.
Yeah, and in terms of the comments, we'll reassess it in the summer. Maybe Salah wants to see, can they sustain another title challenge? Can they go close to City again, and maybe can they top City? And if not, maybe he thinks, look, I've won a European Cup. That's as good as it's going to get at Liverpool. I do love playing football here. It's great, but maybe I'll go somewhere else where I can, because he's been in Serie A, so Juventus makes sense. He didn't win a Serie A title with Roma. I've
got about 30 seconds left to do this one. Kylian Mbappe, when asked on French duty about Real Madrid, said, now's not the time to talk about Real Madrid. You always ask me the same thing, but it's not the time. So, not a no. And then there was a tweet from a transfer rumour account that said Mbappe's demands at PSG, he must be guaranteed to play up front rather than out wide. He must take all penalties when he's playing. He must own a far greater percentage of his image rights. Mbappe tweeted, oh, you forgot something else. Mbappe wants to play goalkeeper, hashtag fake news. But Kylian Mbappe is not happy at PSG at the moment. That's been fairly evident from his comments. If you were involved in any club in world football at the moment, Surely you're going to your bankers and saying, give me $500 million, we're going to spend it on this guy over the next 5 years, and the return will be that we become the best and most important team in world football because we've got the best and most important asset in world football. Like, particularly if you're Manchester United, for example. No?
He wouldn't go to Manchester United. I think he's absolutely the best player you can possibly go out and get right now.
Or Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, Zidane. And it goes back to, why would you go for Neymar when you can get Mbappe?
Yeah.